Welcome everybody to our part one, week one of Healing Starts at Home. And I just want to welcome you into today's training and lesson. And I know you're going to enjoy this series. Next week, we're going to be talking about inflammation. And this week, we're going to be honing in on why are you still feeling like you're bloated or you have indigestion or you're just feeling sluggish and tired. Well, you've cleaned up your diet, you're eating organic, or you've still cut sugar and you still feel this bloated, tired, foggy, just kind of blah. Well, I can assure you that you're not alone, and I do hear this every single week in my clinic. And I've even lived it. Constipation, diarrhea, all of these different things, they can really wear you out and just make you feel fatigued and tired all the time. So today we're going to unpack some of the hidden reasons behind why clean eating sometimes isn't enough. We'll talk about what might be going on under the surface and how to nourish your body kind of back to balance using food, minerals, and gentle herbal support. That can look like herbal teas, it can look like herbal supplements, and even just herbs that might be in your pantry that you can cook with. By the end of this session, you'll walk away with 3 foundational actions you can take today to start feeling better. So grab a cup of tea and maybe even a journal and let's dive in. All right? So let's start with a truth bomb. Just because you're eating clean, it doesn't mean your body is clean. So our culture has trained us to think health is about what we take out or eliminate, right? No sugar, no gluten, no dairy, no seed oils. And I myself ascribe to some of those. But what we forget, healing isn't just about what we remove. It's also about what we are restoring, what we are repairing. Most of the time, we're still walking around with sluggish livers, clogged lymphs, and stressed out symptoms because we haven't supported these foundations. So here's an example. I once had a client who did the Whole30 program, Whole30 foods, cut out all the usual suspects and was still bloated and miserable. Turns out she was chronically dehydrated. Her minerals were tanked and she wasn't pooping daily. Her gut couldn't heal because her drainage pathways were stuck. So if you're eating healthy and not seeing results, don't always blame your food, but start asking deeper questions. We need to get to the root of the problem. So let's talk about drainage. Do you even know what your drainage pathways are? Let's think of your drainage pathways as like your body as the plumbing within your home, right? If your pipes are clogged, it doesn't matter how clean your water is, it's not going to flow, right? It can't go anywhere. So your drainage pathways, there's 6 drainage pathways, and these are the drainage pathways. Your colon, your liver, your lymph, your kidneys, your skin, and your lungs. When these aren't flowing, toxins build up and the symptoms start screaming out, right? These can look very different for everybody because we're all unique. We all have, we're all unique individuals. So it can look perhaps like this. brain fog, bloating, bad breath, skin rashes, joint pain, fatigue, perhaps hormone imbalances. And even men, I'm talking to you too, you can have hormone imbalances as well. Most people try to detox before these pathways are even opened. And that's when they even start to feel worse. So how do you support the drainage? Well, we have to start with the liver because other than your skin, it is one of the largest organs. So your liver is actually a hidden hormone hero. And we need to support it because it does over 500 functions. So if you have been following me on my YouTube channel for a while, you've heard me talk about the liver quite a bit. And that's because it's an extremely important organ. And we need to not only detox it, but we need to support it and we need to nurture it. But here's what matters most for you today. You need to understand it. It filters everything you eat, breathe, and think. It processes hormones and blood sugar, and it produces bile, which helps you digest your fats and absorb your fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. So it's a very active organ. It's not just something that sits underneath that rib cage and is just a toxin filter. It actually is working very hard. So if your liver is congested, you're not just tired, you're going to end up nutrient deficient. Signs that your liver may be overloaded is fatigue after meals, hormonal acne, maybe even PMS, belly fat or weight gain around your midsection, constipation, nausea when taking supplements or fatty foods. And so how can we support this part of the journey with our liver? Eating bitter greens like arugula or dandelion or even endive. And yes, it is pronounced endive and not endive, like a lot of Americans want to say. These bitter greens before a meal actually helps with the detox pathway. Starting your day with warm lemon water and a pinch of sea salt. I know you're thinking, oh my word, she's talking about that again. Yes, I know. It's repeat, replay. Every morning, let's just start our digestive pathways with this. Try a gentle liver-loving tea, and I do have a free download in the description after this video. And apply castor oil packs to your abdomen if you're not doing it daily or nightly, at least 3 times a week. And nurture that liver. Another way we can help the liver is with minerals, hydration, and helping balance the blood sugar. The liver is your queen. So your minerals and hydration are the kingdom that your liver rules. Most of us are mineral deficient and dehydrated at a cellular level. And why? It's because we do drink reverse osmosis water, but we don't add any minerals back in. We eat less salt, now hear me, than we need. And I'm talking about mineral salt. I'm not talking about table salt. I'm not talking about the processed salt that has none of the nutrients and minerals that we need, that's added to all of our food, that's processed. That's the sodium that increases our blood pressure and does nothing beneficial for our health. I'm talking about the good salt, the mineralized salt. We drink coffee, but not enough just clean water. And coffee becomes very acidic to our systems. That's a lot to take in. And it's probably something a lot of you have not really thought about before. So how can we fix this fast? Because a lot of us like fast fixes, right? We can add trace mineral drops or a pinch of Celtic sea salt, even Himalayan pink sea salt to your water. Just a pinch. Aim for half your body weight in ounces of water per day. And then add magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, or even drink like a nettle tea. Yes, stinging nettle tea. And right now in my area, stinging nettle is growing like crazy. And it's best to harvest stinging nettle in the spring for the leaves. And I know most people around here, it's a noxious weed, but stinging nettle leaves are extremely nutrient dense. They will not sting you after they're picked. So make sure when you're picking them to wear long sleeves and gloves. Pick them, rinse them off, let them dry, dehydrate them, freeze dry them, however you want to preserve them for making teas. Or you can quickly steam them, a fast steam, and add them to a salad. Or you can eat them similar to collard greens, but you don't need to cook them as long. They're a fragile leaf, so they don't need to be steamed very long. You will not get stung with them afterwards. However, if you do have any allergies, seasonal allergies, experiment or ask your allergist about consuming them. And let's not forget about this blood sugar balance, right? Even healthy eaters can roller coaster in their glucose by skipping meals or under eating protein. So a simple habit to incorporate is eat within 60 minutes of waking, unless you're intermittent fasting, okay? Include protein, healthy fat, and fiber in every single meal. And try a short 10-minute walk after meals to improve your glucose response. Also, in America, and I'm not certain about down south, but I know here in the Midwest, we eat carb-heavy breakfasts. We need to turn that around, people. In order to balance our blood sugar, we need to start our breakfasts out with at least our protein and steamed vegetables and a fruit and our healthy nuts and seeds. Skip the pancakes and the waffles and the heavy carbs in the morning. Start out with something, even a quinoa bowl or something similar to that is better than starting out with these heavy carb-rich foods right away in the morning. That definitely spikes your blood glucose. So what are some gentle herbal helpers to kickstart liver healing? Let's talk about God's medicine cabinet that's out here for all of us that He designed to help us. Digestive bitters are things similar to, or are dandelion root, artichoke leaf, and burdock root. They stimulate, I'm having trouble with my words today. They stimulate bile flow and digestive enzymes. The nettle leaf is mineral rich and anti-inflammatory. It's great in tea form, especially if you're feeling depleted, sluggish, or have that brain fog. Oh my goodness, I probably need that today, right? And nettle tea is extremely soothing. Ginger and cinnamon together, oh, delicious tea. It warms the gut, reduces bloating, and it helps to balance the blood sugar. Add teas or to your morning drinks. And milk thistle. Milk thistle is a warrior for your liver. It supports liver cell regeneration. Now you can take milk thistle in capsule or tincture form, but always check dosing with a practitioner. Don't just go out there, buy a bottle and do it on your own. Make sure you're working with somebody that can support you on your herbal journey. Use herbs gently. This isn't about forcing the herbs on your body. Herbs are a long time support. They're not a quick fix. Herbs are to be used daily and over a long period of time. So it's about supporting what your body already wants to do with how we were designed. I want you to think about this if you're watching. Why didn't I know this sooner? I've tried so hard and nothing works. I feel like I'm failing. Have you ever said that to your body? Let me remind you, your body isn't failing you. It's trying to fight for you. Healing is not linear. It's layered, right? And sometimes the first step is not adding more, but returning to the foundation. God designed our body with wisdom. He knit us together with intentionality before anyone even knew us, right? So God designed our body with wisdom. Healing isn't about punishment or perfection. It's about partnering with these tools that we're placing in our toolkits. It's you plus giving yourself grace plus nourishment. And that equals your wholeness and your healing. So what now? What do you do now? This is the checklist. Rehydrate, but with minerals. Nourish your liver with bitters and teas. Balance your blood sugar every single day with these tips that you've learned. Download the Liver Loving Tea Guide. The link is below. Share this with a friend who's feeling stuck. In also the description, I have a root cause assessment, and you can get that when you book a call with me. So next week, we're diving into inflammation, what it is, what it isn't, and how to calm the fire that you feel when you're inflamed naturally. Until then, grab your tea, drink it, bless your liver, and remember, healing starts at home and it starts with you. So blessings, dear ones, and I will see you next week at noon Central Standard Time. Have a great week, everybody.